Hey, Robbie. My Sunday was kind of... I'm tired. I'm tired today. Yours was eventful? That doesn't sound like good eventful. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's... I'm sorry to hear that, Robbie. Yep, it's over and we can chill on stream tonight. Let's see what happens tonight. Hey, XPFKS. I don't know if that's what I should call you, but that's what your name is, so. I'm kind of low energy right now, just FYI. Yeah, this is very chill music. Well, we've got some Tex Murphy to play. I think we're probably going to finish the game tonight. We've got to go all the way back to before I was on Mars. Before we got to Mars, we've got to go all the way back because I missed a thing. And it turns out that last time we were soft locked as soon as we left Earth to go to Mars, we were soft locked. Not really a Walking Dead state, but soft locked, where you're still in the game and you can't progress any further. And you can't go back, and you're stuck. And that's kind of where we were. At the end of the stream last week, that's where we were. All right. Let's get going. Wait, is there audio? Oh, it's muted. There we go. Okay. Now, first thing we gotta do is find the save. Very first thing I gotta do is fix my chords here. 1 second. Okay. So I think I want to get the save where... was it 9? Okay, so what was this? We needed to have... Okay, we gotta go back. Hey, Kranos. Okay, we gotta go back here. 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 Nope. Dead. Dead. Okay. Oh, dead. Dead again. Okay. So we gotta go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead. Good. Hey, lift. Nope. Dead. I went the wrong place. Dead again. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to go here. No, that's where I'm supposed to go. Actually, okay, let's try 8 then. What about 8? Okay, so 8, this... Okay, we found... I think we found everything off of the dead guy here. And we gotta... Okay. So we gotta open this. We gotta use the gun on the snake. There we go. Message. Message reads, Dear Rick, if you are still looking for a ride to Mars, meet us at the smuggler's base near the pyramid. The coordinates are 123.45 degrees north, 56.6 degrees east. Okay, so we got that. Oh, and we have... Oops. Cancel. Go to here. And then we've also got to use shovel on there. You'll have to get closer, okay? The shovel easily digs into the earth. Open that. You pry open the rusty old box. Look, the box contains miscellaneous worthless items and an ad torn from a Martian newspaper. The ad is from the Martian Aerobics Academy. The instructor is Jane Mansfield. Can I get that? You only need to look at it. Okay. I don't know what save I was on, so I'm just going to do save 30. It wasn't quite 30, I know, but... Okay, so now we need to get all the way back. We've got to get through here. Yes. Gonna do this in reverse. Okay, good. So I'm probably going to go a little bit fast through this stuff that I went through last week. Okay, now we can travel. And we want to go to the murder scene again, because we missed something here. We have to go and move the bucket. And then there's a knife here. A bloody razor-sharp boning knife made of Martian chromium. Maybe the police lab could run it for clues. Get. Oh, you can't take it. Oh, okay, there we go. Need to talk to Mac. Malden goes over the facts. Coroner figures Alexander was iced around 3 a.m. A grisly scene. Alexander's throat was slashed with a Jose Cuervo bottle. The worm was still inside. Even stranger, Alexander's ears were gone. Someone has surgically removed the stiff flaps from his body. Weird. Why would anybody want to do something so bizarre? Why was Alexander Marshall in the train yard alone at 3 a.m.? Where was his usual security? What was going on? If you find any clues, get them to me and I'll run them through the lab. I'll let you know the results. So we did. We just found a clue in the knife here. Use dagger. You offer the dagger to Mac Malden. I'll check it out and fax you the results. Okay. Cool. That's the part that we missed last time. We missed that last time. And that's why we got soft lock. Now we can travel to Smuggler's Base. I'm pretty sure we can go to the Smuggler's Base now. I guess I'll read this all over again. The location of the pyramid is near Logan's hut. I walk up the jungle pathway, which gradually works its way up to the top of a hill. I hear the sound of scurrying iguanas. I approach one too closely, and he stands on his back legs, hisses, and runs away. As I turn to watch it, I see the pyramid through the trees for the first time. Standing over 300 feet from the apex to the valley floor, the pyramid-shaped structure is enormous. I move off the main path and creep through the vegetation to avoid being seen. As I approach the structure, I stay hidden behind an ancient Mayan wall. I can see guards and personnel moving from inside the temple to a huge craft getting ready to take off. Getting on the spacecraft is my goal, but it looks unattainable. But it's not. So we get the rock here, or the stone. We use stone on... Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. We use the stone on this stuff here. And then we distract the guard so that we can go over here. And we go to... I don't even know if I needed to walk over there. Okay, so now we need to go run and hide behind this deal here. And wait for a second. Because this guy will show up. We get that. Oh, we need to get this stuff here. Food. And then this remote. And then we can use the remote control on that, and we climb inside. Inside, the shipping crate looks like an excellent place to hide, but it turns out to be more than that. Almost immediately, the smugglers carry the crate inside the waiting spacecraft. The flight to Mars is relatively uneventful, since I'm locked inside the cargo hold of the ship for several weeks. Hey, Quinn. At last, I've got some time to put all my thoughts together. I followed a string of bodies to Central America. All I know is that my client is dead and Alexis Alexander is probably somewhere on Mars. Rick Logan stole something called the Oracle Stone from Marshall Alexander, and when I found Logan, he was dead, and there was no sign of the rock. Alexander wanted the stone as much as he wanted his daughter. Why was the world's richest man desperately trying to retrieve the Oracle Stone? Okay, so let's save here. And then we got to figure out all this stuff again. So, we got to go to the alley. There's this rag here, a filthy oil drenched rag. Move it, and we get the flashlight. Big Dick's Casino. Oh yeah, and then we've got to move the board and look at the writing to get the password for the casino. You look behind the board and see the word bombshell written on the wall. Okay. Open the door to Big Dick's Casino. You remember the word you saw? Yep, okay. No, we need to go to... Okay. So first we need to get this. It's a playing card with the face of Big Dick on it. Fifth door. We need to go to the washroom. We gotta wait for this guy to leave. And he left some plans, some floor plans, blueprints, thoughtlessly left by a construction worker, are rolled up in the lavatory stall. So we need to get those. Okay. Now we need to go to here. Can we just leave the doors? Oh, it's open. Can I just go to the power plant now? Oh, now I'm worried that I've forgotten to do something again. Okay, get flashlight, look at rain wall. Travel to power plant, is that here? I think I forgot to do something again. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I think I know what I forgot to do. What did I save? Okay, so that's here already. Okay, I already gave him the thing. We need to go back to terraform. No, we need to go back to terraform. And move this. A gray Grundig 12-inch wall safe that requires a key. Open. Safe requires a key. Oh. Or wait, do I have a key? I have keys. The safe comes open. Okay, there we go. What do we got in here? Special funds, checkbook with record of payment totaling $250,000 to Lawrence Barkley. A note from Ferris Collette on employee dissatisfaction. Collette is the power plant manager on Mars. Yeah, see, that's where we find out about the power plant. Okay. Now we go to the smuggler's base. Okay. See, there's all this stuff in this game that you have to like do in the first part before you go to Mars, or else you're just soft locked on Mars. So okay, I'm gonna save 31 right here. Yes. And then when we get to Mars here, then I'm gonna save 32. Okay, so go here, move that, get that, move that, look at that, bombshell's the password, leave. That. And open this. Go in here. Oh wait, I have to go to... Wait till this guy's done. Click on that. Get the blueprints. Leave. All right. Now let's travel to the power plant. The plant was the first nuclear facility on Mars, and like so many of the early Martian constructions, it is gray, drab, and massive. Constructed mostly of titanium, it is actually made of pieces of the great cargo ships that brought the first building materials to Mars. Everything was cannibalized from those early missions. Okay, now we need to go and talk to... we have to go into here. Okay, there we go. To go into here, we need to talk to this guy, but before we do, we need to get... security pass card sits partially exposed in the coat, and then we need to steal that. Snatch the card. And then... let's look at this guy. A small man stands looking intently at many gauges. Let's talk to this guy. Ferris Collette is a man who knows how to get things done. An arrogant technocrat, Collette is not a man to cross. A perfectionist, he has fired more men than more men than most people know. Off-plant, Ferris is known as a fiery-tempered, hard-drinking, womanizing spongehead. The world can rest easy with Ferris Collette around. All right, what can I do for you? And then we need to talk to this guy about everything. If I'm not mistaken. So Marshall Alexander. Off the record, I can't say that I'm heartbroken that he's dead. I know he never treated his employees like people. They were cattle to him. He made more promises to us and never kept them. I hope the next president will look out for us. Terraform Corp. Terraform runs and owns and operates most of the facilities on Mars, but the cost has been enormous. Lately, they've been missing their payroll. With the death of Alexander, who knows what's going to happen? Collier Stanton doesn't know anything about that. Rockwell doesn't know anything about that. Jacques Sparrow doesn't know anything about that. Nora Desmond doesn't know anything about that. Galactic Pictures, nothing. Lawrence Barkley. TMS, the shuttle is a commercial flight that runs between Earth and Mars every 6 weeks or so. Mac Malden, no. Stanton Expedition. The infamous Stanton Expedition. That's the group of scientists who came to Mars 25 years ago. Members of that party murdered a group of early settlers for some Martian artifact. Lowell Percival. Lowell Percival heads a silicon mining and production facility. He and Alexander have been fighting over control of production for years. He must be a hell of a businessman to compete with Alexander on his turf. Now that Alexander's dead, who knows? Maybe Percival will be calling the shots up here. Chantel, he won't know anything about Chantel. Rick Logan, he won't know anything about Rick Logan. Alexis, I assume that's why you're here. The employees have been told to listen and watch for any sign of Marshall Alexander's daughter out here. There was a rumor that she did come to Mars a few weeks ago, but no one has found her yet. Ferris Collette, that's this. Oh, that's not this guy. Guy Calabero. Oracle Stone, no. Jane Mansfield, no. Dick Castro. Castro runs the only entertainment spot left on the planet. He's dangerous and ruthless man. He's a dangerous and ruthless man. He owns the Golden Bucket Casino. I stay clear. He owns the Golden Bucket Casino. I thought it was Big Dick's Casino. Whoops, I didn't. I stay clear of the place, but there are a lot of people who owe him their life's wages. But what can you do? There's nothing on this rock but tedium. Deacon Hawk. Deacon Hawk is a religious wacko that opposes development of Mars. Yeah, if they had their way, if they had their way, they would dissolve all the ties to Earth and live in small colonies and worship an ancient Martian lifestyle that's been gone for millions of years. Johnny Fedora, no. Angelo Andretti, no. Tex Murphy. Looks like you could use a hot shower and a cold beer. You're probably right. All right. Okay, so now I'm missing something here. No. Okay. Use door card key on this. Every door slides open. We want to go into here. The first thing we want to do, I think, is get that. That's the monkey wrench. And then we're going to want to save. We were at 32, were we? Yeah. Okay, so how does... Oh, I fell hundreds of feet to my death. And I think you use the monkey wrench. It's not the right time. How do you do this again? Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, Will. That was some good timing. We open this. That's... Oh, it's already open. Let's look at this. The crate is full of sweepings and paper trash. There's also a set of Allen wrenches and a hoverboard which you decide to take with you. Oh, right. I remember the hoverboard section. Hey, Will. So now I should have hoverboard. Yeah. So make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Walk to door, look at crate, hoverboard, Allen wrenches, go to open door, go to door. Oh, yeah. All right. I don't know if I needed to walk all the way over there. I could probably just click that, but... Okay, am I done here now? Okay, now we travel to the Aerobics Academy. We talk to Jane Mansfield. The aerobics instructor is a woman in her early 20s. Her blonde hair is bobbed short, giving her face a somewhat boyish appearance, but any resemblance to a boy stopped there. She's wearing a skin-tight leotard, revealing long and sleekly wonderful legs. One look at her and I feel a sudden urge to exercise. What can I do for you? Talk to you about everything. Wasn't it tragic? I hope they find the murderer. Terraform Corp. Terraform is Alexis's father's company. They own just about everything on this planet. Collier Stanton. Alexis didn't get along with that woman. Nor Desmond Alexander. Galactic Pictures. No. Lawrence, he's got a thriving practice. Any business up here does pretty well. There isn't much competition. TMS. The bus to Earth. Mac Malden, no. Stanton Expedition, no. Lowell Percival runs a manufacturing plant up here. Chantal Vargas, nope. Rick Logan, I've never heard of him before. Alexis Alexander, she hasn't been on Mars for a year. If she had been here, I'm sure she would have come to see me. If you're looking for her, I'd go back to Earth because you won't find her here. Ferris Collette, no. Guy Calabero, Oracle Stone, Jane Mansfield, well, that's her. I work here at the club most of the time. There's not much else to do here. There's not much else to do. I'm sure that will change over time. Dick Castro, that Castro's a wicked man. I hope you don't have any business with him. Deacon Hawk, I've listened to her speak before. She's a mysterious but charismatic woman. You can't help but believe many of the things she says. Johnny Fedora, Angelo, And Tex Murphy. At least there's one good thing about your body. It isn't as beat up as your face. Alright. And then we're supposed to get... You look at the Gucci bag in the corner. I think you'd prefer an open encounter with Jane. This counter does not open. No. You open the purse and find some Arid XX Extra Dry deodorant, a compact, some mascara, a hairbrush, some birth control pills, $20 in a wallet, and a checkbook with Jane Mansfield's home address. Okay. I think that's all I need to do here for now. Right, now we gotta travel to Jane's home. The aerobic instructor's apartment is very tasteful. The room is surrounded on 3 sides by sleek leather couches. This is definitely not the kind of furniture you get from places that advertise on the bus benches. Everything is custom. Everything is custom made and tailored to fit unobtrusively into the large, spacious room. The ceiling towers 10 feet from the floor, and recessed light fixtures glow warmly overhead. Okay. So, remove that. Look at that. The screen lights up and appears to be on some sort of religious station. A beautiful woman named Deacon Hawk repeats the message. Come to the temple. Come, and gives the address. Move pillow, right? Yeah. Look at that. The note reads, Jane, some people are looking for me, so I feel it's not safe to stay here. I'm going to visit my brother Brad and find somewhere else to locate. Alexis. Hey, did Jane lie to you? Maybe if you had proof Alexis was here, she'd tell a better story. So I think I have to get that. You pick up the letter, yeah. We can also open this. You touch the closet and the door moves. And then that's Alexis's luggage. An empty suitcase with the tag on the bag says Alexis Alexander. So she was definitely here. Okay. Okay, so we got the letter. We saw the video on the screen and we got the letter. So the next thing is go to Lowell Percival. I suppose we could go back to the aerobics academy and confront Jane, but the walkthrough is telling us to go to Lowell Percival first. So let's go to Lowell Percival. Where's Lowell Percival? There it is. Lowell Percival is Mr. Business with all the warmth of a tax accountant, dressed in a 3-piece suit that would cost most men 3 months' wages. He scowls warily. Percival is in his mid-50s, but his face looks older, heavily lined and flushed with wire-rimmed glasses and greaving, neatly trimmed beard and mustache. The man is the epitome of a cold, calculating Scrooge. Afraid I have no reason to talk to you. There is something I need from Dick Castro's safe. If you were to get it, we'll talk. Otherwise, don't bother me. Okay. Travel to the temple, it says. Like the ancient walled city of Petra, the monument of the temple is carved directly from the towering walls of Martian granite. The 6 ornate carved pillars stand below me, guarding the entrance to the holiest of places, the holiest place on the ancients. Of the ancient, I cannot read. I'm sorry. Of the ancients, a huge metal gate hinged to a massive courtyard wall that surrounds the temple, protecting it from intruders, blasphemers, and Martian party animals. Okay. So this was... Okay, Okay, we have to walk in. Yeah, this is all this was this. We go here, and then we talk to Deacon Hawk. Deacon Hawk may have been a high priestess, but she looks more like a goddess. In her late 20s, she is tall, almost 6 feet. Her hair is very white and as thick as rope. It trails down her shoulders and back. Her sensuality is so intense I can practically feel her heart beating from where I am. She is clad in a shimmering red ceremonial gown, a striking contrast against her unblemished skin. Like fine porcelain, her skin reflects the light, making her almost luminous. Her red lips are very full, and her azure blue eyes glisten, and through them to the very depths of her. Her azure blue eyes glisten, and through them to the very depths of her. I see a smoldering. I see a fire smoldering and hot. Okay, I should read the whole thing before I get confused. Hello, my name is Tex Murphy.
Tex Murphy, you're coming where so told. It's your intent that is unclear.
I'm supposed to talk to her, but I don't think this goes anywhere. So I can say anything here. So like, I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
The prophecy states that knowledge can only be given when the light returns.
Yeah, so that doesn't go anywhere. But I think you probably have to do that just to progress the story. Okay, so travel back to the aerobics academy now. Oh yeah, so we get this now because we've talked to Deacon Hawk. What the hell was Deacon Hawk talking about? What did she mean my coming was foretold? And that business about the light? Only when the light returns? Will she give me information? What kind of light? One thing's for sure. She knows what's going on around here. Okay, so let's go back to the aerobics academy. And talk with Jane. I found this letter. Maybe there's more you can tell me. Maybe there's more you can tell me now. Okay, you got me. What do you want to know? Okay, let's talk to her about everything again. Marshal Alexander, Alexis has a big argument with her father before she left Earth. She took a stone that he valued over everything else. He believed the stone to have mystical powers. Okay, Alexis didn't get along with that woman. She's got a thriving business practice. Any business up here does pretty well. There isn't much competition. The bus to Earth. The Stanton expedition killed a group of early colonists to get the Martian artifact. Lowell Percival, he runs a manufacturing plant up here. Chantal Vargas. Rick Logan. I believe that's the guy Alexis has been seeing. Alexis Alexander. Alexis arrived on the last shuttle. She was nervous and upset. She needed to hide for a while until her boyfriend, Rick Logan, was going to show up. She thought that they were going to return the stone to an heir of the colonists who were massacred. Then she got a message from Logan who said that he wanted to sell the stone to get the highest bidder and for her not to let anyone know about it. At this point, she got angry. She felt like she'd been used by him. About the same time, I had some people come asking about Alexis. She decided it was time to leave and said she would stay with her brother, Bradley. Okay. We should ask about Bradley. Can we ask about Bradley? Bradley Erickson. Bradley is the discarded mutant son of Marshal Alexander. Here's an address I have for him. Okay. So now we're done that. I'm just going to go ahead and save because it's been a while. Yeah, let's do 33. Oh. The mouse in this game, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but if you mouse over to all the way to the right side, it actually takes a while for it to get unstuck from the right side. So if you hit the right side, you can see it kind of gets stuck. Left side, top, bottom, it doesn't do that, but the right side, it's a little bit annoying. And also, I think because I'm using like a legit Microsoft serial mouse, it's got a ball in it, and I think there might be something in there as well. Anyways, talk to Lawrence Berkeley. So we need to go Lawrence Berkeley. Dr. Lawrence or Barkley. Barkley? Barkley. Yeah. Dr. Lawrence Barkley's office is filled with antiques and expensive furniture. Barkley's secretary tells me the doctor will be here shortly. Okay, so I'm supposed to... Can't take that. What was that? Yeah. Or wait, what? Kit. Instructions read, insert tube into the area of unwanted fat and connect the pump. Flip the switch and watch the unwanted cellulite melt away. How tall is Tex? I don't know how tall he is. I think, is it this? You take the box from the shelf. At the same instant, you hear footsteps approaching and a door opens. So that's like a facial reconstruction kit or something. Lawrence Barkley looks like he could use a little of his own medicine. He has a huge forehead topped with a balding pate. His protruding brown and heavy eyebrows, along with a pointing head, doesn't exactly inspire confidence in his would-be patients. However, Barkley is the best in the business. He may resemble a Cro-Magnon man, but under that thick skull and behind those goofy eyes lies one of the finest minds on Mars. What can I do for you, Mr. Murphy? Let's talk to you about everything. Marshall Alexander. So you know about the money I've received from Alexander? I suppose Mr. Alexander's dead, and I can share his story with you. It may not be obvious to you, Mr. Murphy, but I'm genetically damaged. I became a plastic surgeon years ago to learn how to minimize the damage people like me suffered because of radiation. I have worked on myself for years, and soon it will be impossible to tell my face from a normal person like yourself. When I left the university to set up my practice, I had difficulty obtaining patients. Needless to say, my mutation made others doubt my abilities. One day, a nervous and very agitated man came to my office. He approached me on the subject of completely changing his appearance. I felt at the time that he was a criminal, and I refused. He then made an astounding offer to me. If I were to perform the surgery, he would set me up in a comfortable office and cover the expenses for life. But on one condition, I must never tell anyone about the surgery. Well, I was in a desperate situation, and since I had no proof that he was a criminal, I agreed. He made me alter his looks completely. He didn't care to be handsome, just average. Since then, Marshall Alexander has been true to his word. He has paid a huge sum over the last 20 years, and I have respected his secret. Now he's dead, and I see no reason to keep it. And I see no reason to hang around this planet. I'll be going back to Earth as soon as I'm finished here. Terraform Corp? Terraform? They own just about everything on this planet. Collier Stanton? No. Nora Desmond, I worked on her once, but she's beyond hope. I was born with an extremely small cranium, which has distorted my appearance, but my next operation will be a complete success. TMS, I've already got my ticket for the next one. You don't like his shifty eyes? He's obviously guilty. Mac Malden, no. Stanton Expedition, no. Lowell Percival. I know Percival from the Lions Club. He can be quite loud and obnoxious. Chantel. Alexis Alexander, I'm afraid there's nothing I can tell you. Oracle Stone. Jane Mansfield. Dick Castro. Big Dick. Anybody who who fools with big dick could find himself outside the dome for without a rebreather. Deacon Hawk. I've seen the Deacon on television. When my cranium returns to normal size, I might just pay her a visit if you catch my meaning. Johnny Fedora. And Tex Murphy. Your intelligence appears to be above average. How about a new face to eliminate the dull, ape-like appearance? Oops. It was nice to meet you, Mr. Murphy. Look me up sometime when you get back to Earth. Okay. Let's save. We're getting there. I'd say we're probably like 2/3 of what we, maybe half to 2/3 of what we did last week. So we're getting caught up. Okay, now we need to travel to Bradley Erickson. This is Alexis's mutant brother. So this is what we never got last time. From Mac Malden, we did an ultrascopic scan in that dagger you found. We were able to match some of the DNA samples we found to someone named Nathan Bloodworth. So we didn't get that piece of information last time. Okay, let's... Yeah, okay, travel to Bradley Erickson. Off a dirty street, down a short alley, I find the address for Brad Erickson. I push the buzzer. No answer. I knock on the door for a while, and a light goes on. The door slides open, and a figure stands quietly, staring at me. His looks even shock me for a bit. Maybe he'd been struck by something thrown from a passing aircraft, because Brad Erickson appears in this light to be 6 feet of breathing, walking vomit. All right. What can I do for you? Let's talk to Brad Erickson. Marshall Alexander. Just before they died, my foster parents told me who my real father was. Marshall Alexander was ashamed of me, and when I was born a freak, and I was ashamed of me when I was born a freak, and gave me away to a mutant family. Oh, whoops. They brought me to Mars and took care of me as one of their own. I'm entitled to something from him. Terraform Corp. That corporation should be shared with me. I intend to give my portion to the mutants. Collier Stanton. Rockwell. Nora Desmond. Lawrence. TMS. Alexis took the shuttle to get to Mars. Mac Malden, Stanton Expedition, Lowell Percival. I've heard of them. Good. Chantel, Rick Logan. Alexis mentioned that name. She said Logan used her to get the stone to sell to the highest bidder. She didn't want any part of that, so she was hiding out. Alexis is my older sister. She found out she had a brother and searched me out. I know she's in trouble. I wish I could help. Don't know anything about that. Oracle Stone. When my sister came to visit, she told me she'd stolen something called the Oracle Stone from my father. Alexis believes the stone has mystical powers. I think she was planning to return it, but she had no idea to whom. Excuse me, I had to mute to sneeze. All right, Jane Mansfield. Alexa stayed with Jane before she came to see me. Dick Castro. Castro's a heartless SOB. He's got a big safe inside his casino where he holds secrets on important people of Mars. When he found out I was Alexander's son, he tried to get something from me. I was given these glasses by someone who said that they would help me if I really wanted something from Castro. I can't risk anything to use them, so you may as well have them. They have something to do with the security of the safe. And those are the glasses that let us see like the lasers in the safe room. Deacon Hawk. Deacon Hawk is the priestess of the temple. She tries to teach the Martian ways to those who she deems the pure in heart. I wonder if anyone could be as kind and wholesome as she appears to be. Nathan Bloodworth. Bradley Erickson. All my life I've been kicked around because of the way I look. I deserve a piece of my father's inheritance, and I intend to get it. Johnny Fedora. I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Tex Murphy. Keep looking for my sister Tex. I know she's in danger. Okay. Time to go back to the casino. And we're going to do a save. Open door. Go to. And I picked up that card already. And we got, I'm following a different walkthrough now, and it's telling me to get the blueprint, and we have that already. Use Allen wrenches on air duct. I don't know if I actually have to do this, but let's do it. Oh, Allen wrench. You use the Allen wrench and the screen slides free. So I can go into the air ducts from here, but it's telling me to not do that. I don't know why it told me to open it, but walk far right, and let's have our meeting with Big Dick. That's what we're doing, right? It's saying save, and that's a pretty good idea. Oh, it says alternatively, you can try the air duct in the toilet. Go to the office door, get battered. So let's do that. Not my first mistake, but possibly one of the biggest. Inside the office, I'm immediately throttled by two goons the size of garbage trucks. After sufficiently crushing my larynx, I drop to the floor. Then one of them slams my head into a desk, and I drift away. As I come to find myself facing none other than Big Dick Castro. Somehow he knows who I am and what I'm after. It's obvious he's after something from me. Big Dick Castro has the most enormous head I've ever seen on a Cuban. Specifically on a Cuban? I didn't notice that last time. Totally bald, middle 30s, so it's far too late for him to learn to dress himself. He sports an orange polka dot shirt and tie. Someone had used why is there a comma there? Anyways, he sports an orange polka dot shirt and tie someone had used as a napkin and a white rayon sports jacket. He is everything you'd expect from a man with a big head named Dick. His teeth are nicotine stained from one too many Havanas, and his English was just slightly better than my Spanish. Big Dick's great uncle, Fidel, was the top commie in Cuba, which meant he grew up on a crust of bread and dirty water. This had made Dick tough as nails and meaner than a rabid skunk. He'd gotten the gist of capitalism, and nothing would stand in his way.
I want the stone, Murphy. Where is it?
All right, so, okay, so we need to answer the first response each time.
You're lying to me.
Why would I do that? Alexander's daughter got it, and I haven't been able to find her.
I know a bluff when I see it.
Look, give me a minute to think.
Who'll be back in 10 minutes? You tell me then, or die.
Okay, so we're gonna quickly save right here. And we're going to open that, and then we're going to move... mouse, let's go. Move that. Is there anything else that I need here? Get card on desk, right. Okay. So we need to use the hoverboard. And I'm going to save. Okay. Oh, that was no good. Is it middle? Yeah, it's middle. Nope. Oh yeah, I remember. This is dumb because you're so close to that side of the screen. Okay. Oh, I didn't. No. I was nowhere. Oh, yeah, I know I touched the thing. Okay, that's why. There's pressure-sensitive plates, which is why the hoverboard is necessary. Wow. Yeah, no, it's also, yeah, like before I wasn't close to the lasers, but I was close. I accidentally stepped on the pressure sensitive plate. Okay, so how do I use this again? Okay, yeah, use safe card key in slot. Not close enough. Pleasant voice says, prepare for retina scan. And then we need to use facial kit, which we got from the plastic surgeon guy. You place the putty on your face and stare at the Dick Castro trading card. Your face slowly transforms into exact replica of Dick. The computer says, ID verified. Okay, and now this is open. Okay. A 20-year-old faded memorandum with the following information. To Kalia Stanton, the colonists have found an ancient Martian artifact. They call it the Oracle Stone. Evidently, it has almost mystical powers. It's a find of great scientific importance, and I suggest that we try to purchase it from them. If it can't be purchased, perhaps they will allow us to study it. Signed, Thomas Dangerfield, archaeologist. You pick up the Martian memorandum. What do we got here? Big Dick's private stash of Havana cigars, 1 pound of the drug rush. You're not that kind of detective yet. Take the marker. Cash. It's something pretty good. You might as well make him pay for it. Yep. Okay. Get money. Get markers. Get IOU. IOU from Lowell. Where's that? Did I get that? I can't see my mouse very well there. Okay, that's not that. It's not this. Cash. Safe is protected by a sophisticated alarm system. The floor is pressure sensitive. Okay. Scanner is the second step of opening the safe. Markers are located in the safe. Get them. They'll be useful with a character stash. I'm not seeing anything else to get here, so I think we're done. I'm going to save this as 37. So 36 if we need to go back. Yes, I did. I didn't actually have to use it. It gets used when you use the facial recognition, or when you use the facial reconstruction kit. The big dick card, yeah. Hoverboard. Where's my hoverboard? There's a hoverboard. Okay. So the game is trying to be 3D, you know? And it's a thing. Oh, wait. think it would help a lot if the game was able to draw a shadow. Yeah. Okay. So this part is kind of garbage, and actually we should have saved here. Okay, so I think we're here. So if we go down here, turn this way. Yep. I actually figured that out in one try. I spent so much time in there last week. Whew. Okay. Okay, so now, so we're getting kind of, get back to the toilets. Go to door, go to casino door, read note about Thomas Dangerfield. Oh, is this the note? Is what they were talking about? They weren't kidding about the security protecting Dick's safe. I've never seen such an elaborate system. Since I've got a moment, I review several items I picked up. Lowell Percival's gambling notes. I bet he'll tell me something if I give these to him. The Martian Memorandum reads, to Collier Stanton, the colonists have found an ancient Martian artifact. They call it the Oracle Stone. Evidently, it has almost mystical powers. It's a find of great scientific importance, and I suggest we try to purchase it from them. If it can't be purchased, perhaps they will allow us to study it. Signed, Thomas Dangerfield, archaeologist. I know that Stanton became Marshal Alexander, but who is Thomas Dangerfield? Okay, travel to Lowell Percival. Good work, Murphy. Now, what can I do for you? Well, let's talk to you about everything. Marshal Alexander, now that he's dead, I'm going to get control of his empire and add it to my own. Then I'll be the top dog. Terraform Corp got the early rights to silicon mining and built the utilities and buildings that allow them to control the majority of commerce on the planet. I hope to someday control all of this myself. Collier Stanton. Everyone has heard about Stanton, the man who slaughtered an early Martian colony. Nora Desmond, a beautiful woman and talented actress. I use those terms loosely, of course. Now that she's a free woman, I intend to start seeing her. Back to pictures. Lawrence Barkley. He's got that pinhead plastic he's that pinhead plastic surgeon I know from the Lions Club. DMS, the transportation system that gets most of these people to the planet. Mac Malden, Stanton Expedition. I'm a man who knows how to exploit any advantage that might fall to me. Jane Mansfield, Dick Castro. Dick's got the vice concession on this planet pretty well wrapped up. That could change if Terraform decides to put him out of business and give the franchise to someone else. Now that you mention it, Alexis used to hang out there. Ask the guard there, Rocky Bullwinkle. You can't bother him at work, but he goes someplace near the casino after. I was in pretty deep... Oh. Which one was that? Right there, okay. He's got a place, but he goes to some place near the casino after. I was in pretty deep to Castro. Now I'm out thanks to you. Yep. Rocky Bullwinkle. Rocky's a former prize fighter who's soft in the head. He's the bouncer at Big Dick's Casino. Try following him sometime. I know he has connections that may be able to help you. Okay. Deacon Hawk. Deacon Hawk's a beautiful woman who has had a little too much radiation on the brain. She believes we desecrate this planet by importing our earthly ways and exploiting Mars the way we have Earth. She wants to build a society based on the long-dead Martian customs, but I say, if their customs were so hot, why are they dead and we're here? Nathan Bloodworth, Bradley Erickson, Johnny Fedora, Jill Andretti, and Tex Murphy. You're pretty sharp, Murphy. Anybody who can get inside Castro Safe would have to be. Okay, so we talked to Lowell Percival and we got information about Rocky. Oh, we need to go back to the casino. I'm guessing we need to go back to the casino now. And save. And now we wait for Rocky to come out of the casino. There he is. I can probably even look at him. The most corrupt evil... Oh no, that's the casino. Maybe we can't. Okay, and we need to like hide behind here. Okay, and then I need to go. You cautiously step through the doorway. Stumble into the smoke-filled cheap bar room. It's packed to the gills with the scum of Martian society. It's the kind of place where people disappear, get stabbed, shot, or are forced to buy life insurance at outrageous prices. Then I spot someone familiar. It's Larry Hammond and his brother Daryl. Larry and Daryl are inseparable, mainly because they share the same set of shoulders. I worked with the boys on the Mean Streets case a few years back. The years have not been kind to Larry and Daryl. Larry's a brilliant computer scientist with an IQ over 300, but Daryl's just along for the ride. What can I do for you? All right, let's talk with Larry and Daryl here. Marshall Alexander. He's the Lord King of Industry on this planet. Or was. Terraform Corp. They haven't always been fair with our people in the past, and rumors are spreading that the company is in trouble. Collier Stanton. Don't know anything about that. Nora Desmond, no. Galactic Pictures, no. Lawrence Barkley. I tried to get him to remove this ugly growth from my shoulder, but he declined. TMS, the only boat ride out. Mac Malden, don't know anything about him. Stanton Expedition, no. Lowell Percival. Lowell actually isn't a bad guy. I've worked with him before. He's ambitious, and we would like to run things on this planet. And he would like to run things on this planet, but he's always been fair to me. If you treat him right, he'll return the favor. Chantal Vargas, you won't know anything about that. Rick Logan, no. Alexis Alexander, I've seen the name on television and in the paper. She's the heir to Marshall Alexander. She's been missing for several months. Yep. Ferris Collette, no. Guy Calabero, no. Oracle Stone, nope. Thomas Dangerfield, I know that guy. He's building some huge nuclear-powered reactor. I did some work for him on a magnetic field generation system. Jane Mansfield. Daryl would like you to arrange a date for him. Dick Castro. Big Dick is a vicious, savage gangster. He's gone crazy with power over at that casino of his. He drove all of his competitors back to Earth. Rocky Bullwinkle. Rocky's okay. He's just a little dim-witted because his brains have been pounded into mush. He's kept his ears open for the mutants at Big Dick's. Deacon Hawk. Deacon knows everything that happens on Mars. I really think she can see the future. But she probably wouldn't talk to you. She tries to help those who are downtrodden, but give her this amulet. It may loosen her up a bit. Okay, so we got an amulet. Nathan Bloodworth. Nathan Bloodworth? He smuggles in contraband. He's got a wife in town by the name of Michelle. Here's the address. Address 1S. Michelle Bloodworth. Michelle keeps good tabs on Nathan. Bradley Erickson. Bradley's a bitter, despondent young man. He believes he's the son of Marshall Alexander and feels he's been outcast and unfairly treated. Johnny Fedora, Angelo Andretti, and Tex Murphy. It's good to see you, Tex. It's been a long time. Okay, I think that's it for... we got the amulet, which this walkthrough is saying is useless. And we got information about Michelle Bloodsworth. And this is where I got to last week. So I'm going to save right here. What are we at? 38? 38? Yeah, sure. I'm going to save right here, and I am going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't a couple minutes, that was like 1 minute. But how's everybody doing? That was a lot of talking I just did. And I gotta read it fast too, or else it goes away. Like the text advances on its own. So yeah. And sometimes the text is hard to read. And sometimes I can't read it very well. Sometimes I'm kind of bad sometimes at like reading out loud. So So before we go on, I just want to, I did look a little bit ahead in the game just to see what was up ahead. And I just want to bring up the fact that, I don't know how to put this. So this game was made in 1991. There is some gender stuff coming up, and I just want to like make everybody aware of that. I don't even know if it's going to be treated well or not. You know, that's kind of my worry. So, just with all these like retro games, especially stuff from the 90s or older, there's gonna be like the odd like gay joke or, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't think it's gonna be terrible. I just saw a screenshot and I'm just like, oh, that's maybe not the greatest, but we'll see. And I was actually wondering if I should even bring it up or not, but I'm bringing it up anyways. I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like terrible, like awful or anything. I just don't know if they're going to handle it. I think they're playing it off as a joke, and in 30 years later, it's not really a joke, right? So we'll get there when we get there. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing, but just FYI, it's coming up. And it's actually one of my, like, in a general sense, it's kind of like one of my bigger concerns about playing older games is that there can be like stuff in them that's just like, ooh, that didn't age well, you know? But again, I didn't really look into it that much. I just saw a screenshot, and I don't think it's going to be terrible. They might have a couple of like jokes in heavy quotes about it or whatever, but I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. But first, apparently, we're supposed to go... to... the temple. Go back to the temple. So let's give that a try. Oh, first you have to leave the alleyway. Okay, fine. Oh, now, see, this is open. Can I just go to there? Oh. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't know what's happening there, but I'm gonna clean out my mouse. I feel like there's something crunchy in it. Yeah, there's like one speck of something. Okay. Let's just go back. Here we go. It is a ball mouse. It is a Microsoft Serial Mouse 2.1A. It was brand new. It wasn't like in its original packaging, but it appears to be unused. It's brand new. Okay, what do we got here? Look at this. Highly polished mirror made of Martian crystal. Highly polished mirror made of Martian crystal. What's going on here? Bad guy. A heavy-set man is prodding the priest and yelling, "Tell me where it is or die." The bad guy is armed to the hilt with a very expensive laser weapon. The priestess appears to be tied to the pillar and is being prodded by a nasty fellow. Yeah, character called Bad Guy. Torch. The altar torches burn everlasting, fueled. The altar torches burn everlasting, fueled by the sacred oil of Talma. Okay, did I save in here? I don't even remember. Yes. What happens if I just like... Okay, what happens if I like talk? Oh, I get shot. The creep spots you. He turns and fires his weapon. It burns a hole a buzzard can fly through. I bet you if I walk out here, then he'll see me and he'll shoot me. Pretty sure that'll happen. Nope. What is this? A large metal pole with a cup on the end, used to put out the large torches around the temple. Okay. Can I get that? You can't take that. No. Not the pillar, the extinguisher. I can't take the extinguisher. Can I move... Can I move the mirror? The mirror quietly slides along. Okay. And move that one. I can. Move that back and forth. Okay. Can I move this thing? Oh, not the pillar, this thing. The extinguisher falls, landing with an almost deafening ring. The bad guy turns and fires his laser at the sound. Oh. Neat. I think that's good. Can I move? The priestess moves slightly, but it reveals nothing. Talk.
The light is returned. Now I must feel the knowledge you seek.
Yeah, you do. Oh, we get to talk to her. Okay, let's talk to Deacon here. Marshall Alexander. Marshall Alexander, or Collier Stanton, was a brilliant scientist. His lust for the power of the stone, however, drove him to commit genocide. Absolute power has that effect on people. I don't know how to untie her. Alexander was a highly intelligent man who learned to use the stone at an extremely limited level. Even at that level, look at all he accomplished. The walkthrough actually doesn't say to untie her, so I don't know if I can. Terraform Corp. That company has done much to damage this world. Collier Stanton. He massacred all the colonists who had established a home in the Martian ruins at Valles Marineris. He escaped to Earth and reappeared a few years later as Marshall Alexander. TMS. The Trans-Martian Shuttle is the link between Earth and Mars. Everybody needs to tell me about the Trans-Martian shuttle. I guess because everybody knows about it, so they can't not know about it. But yeah, nobody tells me anything interesting about it. Mac Malden, no. Stanton Expedition. That's the group of scientists who murdered the colonists. Lowell Percival, don't know anything about that. Chantal, she won't know anything about Chantal. Rick Logan. He attempted to contact me in regards to the stone, but was killed before I could get back to him. Alexis Alexander. Marshall Alexander's daughter arrived a short time ago. She contacted several people and then disappeared. I believe she is now being held against her will. One person I know may help you locate Alexis. His name is Cooper Bradbury. Okay. Where was I? Anything about that? No. Oracle Stone. The stone is the last remaining gift from a mighty and noble race which was destroyed by an astronomical disaster that ripped away the Martian atmosphere 80 million years ago. On the day of their annihilation, the gift was put into a protective enclosure until it could be awakened by intelligent beings in the future. Something must have gone wrong for man discovered it. The Martians were a kind and benevolent race. They would not understand the beast of hatred and destruction in the subconscious of human minds. Man's own intelligence is too underdeveloped to use the full power of the stone. Whoops. But if a machine is developed to amplify the brainwave patterns to the stone, the beast inside man's subconscious would be released to create a destruction on a galactic scale. Needless to say, this wouldn't be a good thing. Yeah, that doesn't sound terribly good. Thomas Dangerfield was a part of the Stanton expedition. As an archaeologist, he made the original discovery about the colonists having an artifact of great value. He advised Collier Stanton to try and purchase the stone from them, but they would not sell. I believe the search has made him unbalanced, however. Jane Mansfield? No. Dick Castro? If he obtains the stone, this world is doomed. Rocky Bullwinkle? Deacon Hawk, that's you. You have returned to the light of my adversary's weapon. You've returned the light of my adversary's weapon to save me, and I am in your debt. Big Dick's men were after the stone. It has been foretold that you are the one to retrieve the stone. I missed it. Retrieve the stone or die trying. If you recover it, it must be returned to me for safekeeping. You will need something in your quest. Search the ruins of the colonist camp. Here's the location. Nathan Bloodworth? No. Michelle Bloodworth? No. Bradley Erickson? No. Cooper Bradley? Or Cooper Bradbury? Bradbury is the leader of the mutant faction on Mars. He is not popular with the authorities. If you find him, he could help you locate Alexis Alexander. Johnny Fedora, no. And Tex Murphy. You have a vision... I have had a vision of you and your wonderful abilities. I did think you'd be taller, though. You will need something in your quest. Search the colonist camp. Here's the address. Okay. Okay. And I am just following the walkthrough here because screw this game and it's soft locking like 20 steps ago stuff that it does. So we're gonna talk to Michelle next, and this is where my little warning comes in. So we'll see what happens. I'm not too concerned about it, but just FYI. Oh, you must leave the temple first. Can I just go to this? Yes, I can. Okay, let's see. The address for Michelle Bloodworth resembled a rusting steel box more than anything else. There was a small porch, and on it a lonely wooden rocker. I rap on the corroded metal door. A blondie woman blowing her nose passes the window and opens the door. Her face is gray and puffy. Her eyes are bloodshot and tired and suspicious. It's obvious she's upset. She opens her mouth and reveals rotting yellow teeth. "What can I do for you?" she says. "I'm a detective. I'd like some information." Michelle Bloodworth immediately begins to sob. "I'm so worried about Nathan. I know he's in serious trouble." All right, here we go. Michelle, what can I do for you? Nathan told me he was going to kill Marshall Alexander because someone had convinced him that Marshall Alexander was Collier Stanton. Nathan's father, Robert, was the leader of the colonists that were massacred by Stanton so that he could get his hands on the Oracle Stone. Terraform Corp. That company is founded on the innocent blood of hundreds of men, women, and children. Collier Stanton and Marshall Alexander are the same person. He doesn't know anything about that. No. Nora Desmond. No. Galactic Pictures. No. TMS. I wish I were on it right now. Mac Malden. No. Stanton Expedition. That was the group of scientists led by Collier Stanton. Lowell Percival. He's just another greedy businessman. I don't trust him. Chantal Vargas. No, you wouldn't know anything about Chantal Vargas. Rick Logan, no. Alexis Alexander. Nathan told me that Alexander's daughter was being tricked into stealing the stone from her father. The Oracle Stone was discovered by the early colonists and was protective the Oracle Stone was discovered by the early colonists. It was in protective mechanism. Sometimes the way the things are worded. It was in protective mechanism that one day popped out of the ground. The stone was said to have magical powers that could make thoughts and dreams come true. Now, I believe the same man who hired Nathan wants him dead because of everything he knows. You should talk to him and convince him to turn himself over to the police. He's been working at the remote outpost. Look for him there. I've heard the name mentioned by Nathan on occasion. I don't know if he's the man who told him about Alexander or not. De Castro. Castro is as evil in his own way as Stanton was in his. Don't know anything about Rocky Deacon Hawk. No. Nathan is not a bloodthirsty killer. He told me that the plan was to trick Alexander to coming to the train yard by telling him he could buy the stone back. When Alexander arrived, he realized it was a trap. Alexander then struggled desperately to get away. Nathan ended up slashing his throat with a broken bottle. Nathan is part Cherokee. He cut Alexander's ears off as part of an ancient ritual. Whoops. The ritual is to remind Alexander in the next world that he had no pity and did not listen to the screams of the dying. He wrote a curse on the side of the train in Alexander's blood, condemning him in the next world. Okay, so Nathan Bloodworth killed Marshall Alexander. I'm Nathan's wife. I know what Nathan did to Marshall Alexander was wrong, but it should have been done by the authorities years ago. I'm glad Alexander's dead. Bradley Erickson. No. Cooper Bradbury. He's that militant freak who wants normal people off this planet. Johnny Fedora. Johnny Fedora is one of Nathan's connections on Earth. He also was involved in the plan. Oh, right. Johnny Fedora was the person. Well, he lived in the train car that we went into. And text my feed. Doesn't know anything about me either. Okay. So we talked to Michelle, and now we are supposed to go to the colonist camp. And honestly, that wasn't bad at all. The site where the Martian colonists were massacred by the Stanton expedition is still preserved. I walk slowly by blown out homes and playgrounds as the wind whistles eerily through the twisted wreckage. Okay, where am I? Oh, I couldn't see him at all. Like, I don't know. It was just like I just couldn't see text right in the middle of the screen. Okay, what do we have? A Martian geodesic dome made of wound graphite fibers. The dome has blast and burn damage from fragmentation bombs and machine gun fire. Flag. The flag of the United Martian Federation, now the presiding authority over this monument. We got here a child's sand pail. HCl2 acid in a glass tube. Oh, can I get that? Can't take the bucket. You carefully take the acid. Okay. Child sandbox. We got a slide where the 62 children of the Martian camp once laughed and played. A monument to the original Martian settlers. It reads, "Here, 228 souls made a final stand against an overwhelming force. With just a few weapons, the settlers defended their ground. This monument is dedicated to their brave souls and spirits." Scrap metal, all that remains of a heat-seeking missile which fell short of its target. Okay. We're just gonna do a save. Cemetery, the eerie but peaceful resting place of all 228 Martian settlers. Tuning fork. An electrosonic fusion-powered tuning fork designed to fracture bulletproof glass. Where was that? Teeter-totter. A rusting teeter-totter squeaks in the Martian wind. Where was this tuning fork? Oh, there. Weird. Can I move this? It moves slightly. You push the metal aside. Oh, see, it was underneath. And I could still, like, click it. Let's get the tuning fork. HCl2. Scrap metal tuner box. Oh, there's another. Oh wait, no. This is the box. A small wooden 7.62 millimeter ammo box. You move the bucket and find a little girl's beret. You move the scrap metal slightly. I think that's it for here. I think that's it for here. So, let's travel to, Travel to Bradley. Not Bradbury, Bradley. That's what it says. Bradley, yeah, okay. What can I do for you? Cooper Bradbury? Cooper is a militant freak who thinks that freaks are the rightful heir to Mars. He's been a friend of mine since I was a kid. If you want to talk to him, try this address in the mutant side of Marinara City. Okay, so we got an address for Bradbury. Bradley and Bradbury. And I think we have to go there. Bradley Erickson had given me a hot tip on the whereabouts of Cooper Bradbury. Brad had told me about an alley in Freaktown near the radioactive slag heap. Stepping from behind a street lamp, Bradbury is the king of freaks. Radiation had done its job on this guy. His huge concave forehead is covered with the green fungus that grows from the thousands of tiny holes that were left in his head after his hair dropped out. His nose is like a sow's. You could stare straight into his head through it. His eyes are wide and set. His eyes are wide set and mongoloid in appearance. His teeth would look good on a 12-year-old horse if he hadn't been missing the front two. Okay, let's see what this guy's all about. What can I do for you? All right, let's talk to this guy. Alexander Marshall. Word has spread fast on Alexander. We found out that he obtained the stone. He's oppressed us for years, making us his servants and breaking promises. He was always able to thwart our plans, and now we know why. Through the Oracle Stone, he could anticipate our movements and read our thoughts. Terraform Corp. Terraform will soon be ours. We will use its resources to make Mars a cleaner, better world than your Earth. Collier Stanton. Collier Stanton was a very clever man. He tricked Robert Bloodworth, the leader of the early mutant colonists, into allowing them into their settlement. Once inside, they slaughtered these people like... I missed it. They bombed the settlement to make it appear to be an accident. When the truth was found out, he escaped to Earth and just disappeared. What was that word that I missed? Oh no. Dogs. Okay. No. As far as I'm concerned, he sold out to people like you, Lawrence Barkley. TMS, the Trans-Martian Shuttle is another Earth-owned business we intend to nationalize. Mac Malden, Stanton Expedition. Stanton Expedition was a scientific group that came to study the Martian ruins discovered in 2015. The leader was a man named Collier Stanton. Lowell Percival, another Outlander. We will get rid of him and other Earth slime when the time comes. Chantal Vargas. Rick Logan. Marshall Alexander's daughter? I don't have any idea where she is, and we have sources everywhere. Maybe she isn't on Mars anymore. Perhaps she got back to Earth. Ferris Collette. Ferris is the head of the Terraform plant for now. Oracle Stone. That Martian stone should be ours, Murphy. That Martian stone should be ours, Murphy, and I'm prepared to pay handsomely for it. The first settlers on this planet were outcasts, and Alexander killed people like us for it. We deserve the stone and the right to this planet. Mars is our home. To us, Earth is just a nice place to visit. People like you and others should go back to Earth. We're prepared to push all the norms off our world. The stone will help us do that. If you get the stone, you better make sure it comes to us or you won't get off Mars alive. Thomas Dangerfield. I've got an idea of where you'll find Thomas Dangerfield. It's rumored he is building some machine in the caverns near the terraform power plant, but knowing where he might be is not enough. It seems he figured out the ancient Martian interlocking mechanism. No one can get into the cavern without a device for the mechanism, but here's the location. Okay. Jane Mansfield, no. Dick Castro. Castro is a cruel, vicious snake. He runs the Golden Bucket and has bled the people dry as well as forced competition out. He's a freak, but his mannerisms make him more like your people than ours. He's looking for the stone as well and will kill anyone who stands in his way. Rocky's just a big, stupid fool. Deacon Hawk, she may be the only truly decent person on this planet. Deacon Hawk heads a cult that worships the peaceful ways of the long-dead ancient Martian culture. That may be the way of the future, but first there must be a violent revolution. Nathan Bloodworth. Nathan is the son of Robert Bloodworth. The leader of the early colonists on Mars that were slaughtered by the Stanton expedition. Michelle Bloodworth. Michelle is the wife of Nathan. Yeah, we know that. Bradley Erickson. Brad is the mutant son of Marshall Alexander, who was given away because of his deformities. When we take over Terraform on Mars, he will take his rightful place at the head of that company on this planet. Cooper Bradbury. I lead the rightful heirs to this planet. Mutants were the first settlers of this world. Now we intend to take the planet back from Outlanders. You have no right to be here. Johnny Fedora, Angelo Andretti, and Tex Murphy. Don't normally help Outland scum, but I've been told you're resourceful. Remember my warnings, Murphy. I expect you to sell us the stone if you find it. Okay. So, travel to... Remote Outpost is where we're supposed to go next. Michelle Bloodworth told me that Nathan has a small mining operation near the Marineris Valley. I enter a small dome at the bottom of a deep canyon. Something is seriously wrong. All right. A solid steel I-beam has fallen across the body of an old man. A small campfire burns brightly in the chilly Martian air. A door made of heavy steel bars. A cascade of water rushes over the slurry box and drops into a pit to be recycled back to the top. You look at the box and realize it's an ancient wood and brass military footlocker. Heavy gray door made of steel bars. Heavy mining equipment, including a robotic tunnel borer, a processing furnace for smelting slurry box, and pumps. Can I move that? You heave the pipe aside. The bloody and broken remains of miner Nathan Bloodworth lie crushed on the hard, cold ground. He mouths the words, "Help, help, help," over and over, but no sound comes out. His lungs are punctured by his own broken ribs. He mumbles something about a trap. Well, we're going to save. What is this? Look at a large wooden box. Can I move it? You move the box hoping for a clue underneath, but it turns out you haven't got a clue. Open the box. The box easily opens. Is there nothing in the box? Get the box. You can't take that. No. The door slides open. You see a military-type rebreather designed to conserve and recycle oxygen and filter CO2. That seems like something I should get. That box easily opens too. What do we got in here? A Martian interlock access card. Seems like something. You take the card and all hell breaks loose. Okay. What is this? A McDonnell Douglas PJ personal jetpack with a 30-minute fuel cell. You notice the igniter is missing. Not close enough. I don't know where to run to. You take the jetpack and notice there's no igniter. Okay. Tools. The tools are leaning against the back wall. You don't need them, but you can get them anyway. The tools. Tools. You see standard miner's tools. A Craftstown shovel and pick, scarred with many years of use. Take the tools. Apparently I don't need them, but... Oh, we're supposed to... Okay, I'm just looking at the walkthrough. Use jetpack on fire. You turn on the jetpack's gas and put it on and back onto the fire. In a whoosh of black smoke, the pack ignites and you rise from the ground. Oh. Lucky I picked up that rebreather. I can last for a while. The walk back to a base will be long, but not impossible. That was weird. Did I do everything that I needed to do there? Okay, get rebreather, got that. Get tools, got that. Open box on right, got that. Get card. It's a save game, exclamation point, which I didn't do. But that's fine. Get card, staying on left of box, got that. Walk fast to right door, get jetpack, yeah. Walk back fast to fire, use jetpack on fire, back to casino. Okay, I did it right. No. No, I don't want to overwrite that. Okay, so back to casino. Travel to cave. So basically what I got from that place was that card that was in that box that caused like the place to self-destruct or whatever. So, okay. Travel to cave, apparently. The coordinates for Thomas Dangerfield are near the mouth of a large cavern. About 2 kilometers from the power plant, I enter the opening and find a set of stairs winding down inside the mountain. The stairs seem endless, but eventually I find myself in a narrow corridor. Okay. Just use that card that I got. Not the big dick card. What was I? The interlock card. Interlock key. You insert the card into the slot. Not a good move. The door slams shut behind me. The young, voluptuous, strikingly beautiful daughter of Marshal Alexander. Found her. In a shaky voice, she responds. Alexis Alexander stands there nervously, staring at me with huge fawn-like eyes. Her hair is the gold of old paintings and is tousled enough, but not too much. Her face is strong, but beautiful. She has a full set of curves, which nobody had seen, or nobody had been able to improve on. She is frightened, but it looked as if she could smile easily. Her eyes are crystal blue and clear. Her mouth is large and sensual. Wow, Tex. Simmer down. What do you want? Alright, let's talk to Alexis here. Marshal Alexander. They tell me he's dead. I feel badly because he was my father, but he wasn't a good man. I never knew about my father's past. He was cruel to those around him, but he always was good to me. Then I found out that his real name was Collier Stanton, the man who massacred that colony. I wanted to hurt him. I knew stealing the stone would get back at him. Terraform Corp. My father's corporation is nothing more than a bloody sham. It was built on the blood of those my father murdered. That 80s hair. I mean, this game is 1991, so yeah, it's not that far off. Claudia Stanton and my father were the same person. After the massacre, he returned to Earth and was imprisoned, but escaped after the D-Day attack. He changed his appearance and became Marshal Alexander. He built an empire on the blood of those early Martian settlers. The Oracle Stone gave him a certain power. Rockwell's a good friend. I could always talk to him when I needed someone. Jacques okay. He can be a sleazeball, but he's good to me. Nora Desmond? The woman is a witch. She wants my father's estate. She only married him because of the money. She drinks herself into a coma practically every day. What a lush. Galactic Pictures. They're not exactly MGM, are they? Lawrence Barkley. I don't know anything about that. TMS. I took the shuttle several weeks ago. Mac Malden. No. Stanton Expedition. The Stanton Expedition came to this planet to do a feasibility study for mining the pure silicon on the planet. My father was the leader. He found out about the stone and devised a plan to get the stone away from the colonists. Lowell Percival. Don't know anything about that. Chantel. I was a roommate for a while, but she got so strung out on drugs I had to leave. Rick Logan. He's a dirty louse. Thomas Dangerfield told me he used Rick to seduce me and trick me into stealing the Oracle Stone from my father. How could I have been so stupid as to fall for a creep like that? How about you? I had no idea stealing the stone from my father would cause such a mess. Ferris Collette. No. Guy Calabero. I worked for Guy occasionally. It helped pay the rent. Oracle Stone. Rick told me about the Oracle Stone my father murdered for. He said that it was a rare artifact that must be returned to the families of those who found it. The night I disappeared, I found the combination to the safe and stole the stone. I arranged to meet Rick. He sent me to Mars with it and said he would meet up with me later. Did I miss something there? No. Thomas Dangerfield. He's out of his mind. He says the Oracle Stone will allow him to do and get whatever he wants. He's built some machine and says it will magnify the power of the stone to an incredible level. Jane is a good friend. She let me stay at her place for a while. Dick. I hung out at his place once in a while. Rocky. Don't know anything about that. Deacon. Don't know anything about that. Nathan Bloodworth. I overheard Dangerfield making plans to get rid of him. Michelle. Don't know anything about that. Bradley Erickson. My stepbrother Bradley has been horribly disfigured through exposure to genetically mutated material. Cooper Bradbury. Don't know anything about that. Johnny Fedora. Fedora found out that my father's real name was Stanton. When Fedora tried to blackmail him, my father had him killed. Nothing about Angela Andretti. Tex Murphy. Have you got a plan to get us out, or did you just stumble in? I think I kind of just stumbled in. Robert Bloodworth. Anything about that? Okay. I mean, we're getting close to... we must be getting close to the end, right? Let's look around the room. What do we got here? The screen covers the duct. Can I move the screen? Pry away the screen. Okay. What is here? Chair. A handsome antique chair sits against the wall. Clothes. Several form-fitting mini skirts. Some workout clothes and a few casual outfits hang by a chromium rod. The screen covers a duct. Can I move that too? That won't move. A king-size bed with luxurious luxurious comforter. Ms. Alexander has been staying in style. That won't move. Move the clothes. You drop the clothes to the floor. Oh. A closet rod of solid Martian chromium. Can I get the rod? You yank the rod from its sitting. I can get the rod. Get the clothes? I can't take the clothes. Button. The button is hidden under a layer of steel and a layer of cement. The button is to the right of the door. Oh, yeah, what is this? A large cement patch has been troweled into the wall. You'll need some kind of tool. Closer. I am close. I'm close. I'm as close as I can be. You pound on the concrete until it is cleared away. Okay. A thick metal plate has been recently bolted into place here. Okay. If you use the acid, you'll have to get closer. You pour the acid and watch as it eats a hole through the metal. What have we got there? The button controls the electric door. Okay. You move the button just as the sweet smell of gas enters your nose. The light begins to darken, darken, darken. Oh. When Alexis and I come to, we find ourselves in a small chamber surrounded by a mesh force field. I can stick my finger through the mesh, but that's about it. A deranged old man comes out of a booth. He walks up to us, looking like the cat who swallowed the canary. Oh. Hello, Mr. Murphy. I'm Dr. Thomas Dangerfield. Allow me to fill you in on the details of my great conspiracy. I am the only member of the Stanton expedition who tried to stop the slaughter of the Martian colonists who discovered the stone. For that, I was beaten, tortured, and left for dead. But being a superior in intellect, I willed myself to survive. I spent the next 20 years searching for Collier Stanton. 8 years ago, I saw a photo of Marshall Alexander. The eyes were what I recognized. I realized that Stanton had not died in the D-Day attack and had transformed himself into Marshall Alexander. Many times, and in many ways, I tried to get at that fiend, but his security was too tight, too good. But at long last, I devised a plan of genius, worthy of my revenge. I hired Rick Logan to seduce Alexander's daughter, Alexis, and convince her to steal the Oracle Stone. Using Johnny Fedora and Nathan Bloodworth, I lured Alexander out of his protective web by offering that pathetic fool the hope of getting back the stone. Bloodworth executed Stanton, and with his debt finally paid, I went for the stone. The fool, Rick Logan, tried to double-cross me and market the stone himself. I left him and his ambitions hanging. I found Alexis and the stone on Mars and had them brought to me. Having studied ancient Martian cultures for years, I was prepared to intercept the stone. I did so, completely. The stone had been developed by an ancient and highly sophisticated civilization. The stone acts as a conductor between solid matter and the electromagnetic impulses of the brain. Truly, a stone to make dreams come true. It provided that substance or matter for the impulses provided by the brain. Martians created the stone to free themselves from the rigors of technology and labor. Unhappily, humans have only been able to generate enough cerebral energy to make the stone operate on only negligible or dangerous levels, something like a Neanderthal with a laser computer. Preparing myself for the eventual possession of the stone, I constructed a machine to magnify the impulses of my already advanced brain. Imagine the changes that would be wrought with this stone and my machine. Think big, Mr. Murphy. Do not be constrained by the practical. The practical is the refuge of the mediocre. Mr. Murphy, have you ever desired to be a god, to create worlds, to experience utter domination or utter dominion? Wouldn't you like to be able to control the destinies of peoples, planets, and even universes? Mr. Murphy, you are about to witness supreme, omnipotent, absolute power. Uh...
Do something, Tex!
Oh, okay. I'm thinking.
Well, think faster!
Try distracting him.
I'll try.
What is that? A bolt passes through the top of the chamber. You try to extract the bolt with your fingers, but are unable to. You clamp onto the bolt with your teeth and slowly turn it free. What a man! Oh my! What's happening here? A nervous but still beautiful Alexis Alexander. Like he's just like generating things with his mind, right? Is that okay?
Do something, Tex!
I'm thinking.
Well, think faster!
I'm afraid we're doomed.
Well, some hero you are.
Wait a second. Have you got anything with elastic in it? Or why don't you pretend you're sick? When he comes over here to check, I'll overpower him. So I know which one it is because I'm looking at the walkthrough, but it's not the one, apparently. Hey, DJ Wolf, thanks for the 17 months. Thank you so much. It's not the one that you think, because I would think it would be response number 2. Why don't you pretend you're sick? But no, it's, hey, you got anything with elastic in it?
Yes, I do.
Jumbo lacy bra. Get bra. You gingerly take the jumbo bra. Okay. I feel kind of bad for using the walkthrough, but I don't know if I'd get this in any other way. Use bra on the control panel? No. On this control panel. Yeah, you place the bolt in the bra, pull it back, and take aim and let it fly. The bolt strikes the lever controlling the cage and shuts it off. Okay, use tuning fork apparently on there, on stone chamber, or wait, coil. Okay. No, use tuning fork. Carefully pick up the stone. Go to speeder. Oh. Once Dangerfield gets out of his chamber, he pulls out a weapon and lets you have it. I think I was just not quite fast enough, because that is what you're supposed to do. That is what you're supposed to do. So... Talk.
Do something, Tex. Well, think faster. I'll try.
Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Oh well, I don't think that matters actually. I was supposed to distract him and then get the bolt, but I did it. I got the bolt first and it didn't seem to matter.
Well, think faster. Well, some hero you are. Yes, I do.
Use the tuning fork on the thing here. Get the stone. Go to... There we go. Thomas Dangerfield's mad experiment of attempting to harness the stone's power ended his life. Dangerfield was a decent human being once, but was driven insane by his quest for the ultimate power. Alexis and I decide that Deacon Hawk is the only logical choice for the stone. We arrive at the temple where she is waiting for us. She turns and whispers, "You have returned the stone to the mistress of the light. You have surely saved the world from annihilation, but you must continue to be diligent. Mankind may yet prove to be the author of his own demise. Reverence life, protect the living things, and recycle. Now, for the safety of mankind, I must take the stone. Perhaps someday, when the human race is ready, it will be returned. Until then, farewell."
What was that about?
I don't know, but how about a hot dog and a beer from Weenie World?
Ooh, sounds good to me.
Yes. That is the end. Kind of, yeah. I don't know. There are quite a bit. There's quite a bit left. And then it just puts us back in the beginning. All right, so that is Tex Murphy, Martian Memorandum. So there we go. I guess I can quit the game now. Yeah, so that was something, I guess. Definitely not my favorite game, but I've never played a Tex Murphy game, and I knew that going into this one, this was going to be like one of it's the second one. I didn't do the first one. I didn't play the first one because it was actually remade into Overseer, and I just finished, like, Saxon Fox just streamed Overseer a few months ago, so I didn't want to like play through that story again, right? So that's why I chose the second one. And apparently the first, like the original, like Mean Streets is the first one, and that it has a different kind of interface and play style. This was more of a kind of a adventure game, but yeah. What should I do now? What do you want to do? I don't even know. What do we got? I don't know if I want to play anything on the 486 right now. I'm not sure. I'm thinking we're just gonna take another small break because my first break was really not really a break. So I'm gonna take another small little break, and then we'll see. I'm gonna put on some music, and I'll be back in a few minutes here. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I have no idea what I want to play like right now, you know? I have no idea what I want to play right now. Do we want to do something on the 486 just to like kill the next hour and a bit? Or... I don't know. I'm just looking at the... You can't see it, but... I'm looking at the list here. The video's a little off center, I know, but that's... I'm too lazy to fix it. Games that I have on here right now. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Will. There's stuff on here that won't play very well on the 486, but it's on here anyways. Like Duke 3D won't play very well on this computer. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. I think I might just want to play a little bit of Tetris for a little bit and then call it a stream. Kind of close out the stream with some Tetris. So if you want to give me a few more minutes, and I will get all that. I'll get all that set up. Okay, I'm somewhat back. Still kind of getting set up here. Okay, just give me one more minute here. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Just updated your copy of DOSBox? Not that the old one was not working. Okay. So what made you update your copy of DOSBox, Kranos? Just felt like it. That's a good enough reason. I've gotten this weird impulse, I guess, to spin up a server, like a Linux server, and I don't know why I want to do that, so... Copy is like 5 years old. I don't even use DOSBox that much, to be honest with you. Oh, it didn't. Okay. The latest version doesn't either. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't use DOSBox that much. I use it occasionally when I just want to test a thing, but I think it's comes down to that whole thing I have with like I can't get into games or whatever on an emulator. I have a very hard time being invested in something for whatever reason when it's on an emulator. And I think that's the same thing with DOSBox for me. Oh, did I do Marathon? I didn't want to do Marathon. We're gonna quit. No, not Sprint. Ultra. Ultra's where it's at. But yeah, so I don't... Some old DOS amps are basically creative character mode abuses, so those still don't quite work right. Yeah. I mean, DOSBox is great for what it does. I'm not going to be sitting there and I'm not going to be playing a game through DOSBox. You know what I mean? But if I need to test something, it does come in handy. Yeah. One thing that I've been feeling lately, I've been feeling like, I guess because I'm waiting for the Sega Saturn stuff to get here, like the ODE for the Saturn, I've been feeling like I've not been... So right now, I'm kind of... Or, how should I say this? I feel like I kind of go in cycles sometimes. Like, I'll be into retro computing, and be watching, like, just look at my YouTube history. If you look at my YouTube history, you can kind of tell when these cycles come and go, because all of a sudden I'll be watching like a ton of LGR or Adrian's Digital Basement and all that stuff, and then that'll kind of drop off for a little bit. But it always comes back. What am I doing? Where's all the pink ones? Oh my goodness. Well, screw that idea. Wow, that was forever. It took forever. But yeah, I guess my point is like lately so I finished up like I finished the 486, and I haven't really had a project since. I kind of thought the Saturn would be the next project, or the 3DO, and those are just kind of waiting right now. Especially the 3DO, I don't really have... The plan was to get it and to see if it worked, and it does. And now I need a game for it. I did see a little bit of progress on the ODE for the 3DO on Twitter. The guy who's building the ODE posted a Twitter update. But yeah, everything's just kind of like in limbo right now. That's what it feels like. Right now, everything kind of feels like it's in limbo. Like everything in my life right now feels like it's in limbo. Like, musically, I'm waiting for contracts and things, and I'm just kind of like waiting. Just stuck waiting. I feel like I don't have time for anything either right now. Other than to do my streams on the weekends. Like my Sunday stream like this right here. So yeah, it's just everything feels like it's in limbo. All my projects are in limbo right now. And then the stuff I could be working on, I feel like I don't necessarily have a lot of energy for it. I don't know. I guess it's not a terrible thing, but I can't get these pieces that I want. And I've just gotta do that, and I gotta ruin all my plans. Whoops. I'm sorry if I get a little bit too introspective or whatever on when I'm playing Tetris. That happens sometimes, I guess. Oh, nothing's coming together this game. What's on the menu for next week? I am really hoping I'm going to get the Saturn ODE by next Sunday. It's not guaranteed that I'm going to get it, but I'm really hoping it does show up by then. So yeah, Saturn stuff. That's what I'm really, really hoping. We might just do, I don't know. So we'll see how I'm feeling. If I do get the ODE, then we'll see how I'm feeling. If I just want to jump into Police Knots, or if we just want to do like a Saturn night, Saturday night. I mean, that's fitting, right? Saturday. Saturn Day. Just kind of like looking through stuff on the Saturn. And then maybe Sunday starting Police Knots on the Saturn. But also, do we want to start Police Knots right away? We've done 2 in a row now. We've done Snatcher, and now we just finished Tex Murphy. And do we want another, like... I mean, they're not exactly the same, but... another, like, adventure, heavy, like, story, dialogue-based game. Now, with Police Knots, I don't think I need to actually read everything, which will be fantastic. I'm kind of done with reading all the lines of text in the video game I'm playing, at least for right now. A 4x4 square and a Tetris. Yeah, that if it's a gold, that's even better. I wasn't even paying attention. I don't even remember doing that. So much I'm paying attention to this game right now. But Will is apparently gonna give me a list of Saturn games, and we might choose from that. We might try some stuff from that. So yeah, I don't know. It all hinges on getting the ODE. Along with that shipment, there's a couple other things in that package too. There is the Saturn to Genesis Mark II video cable adapter so that I can use my component cables for that I have hooked up to my Genesis. I can use that on the Saturn as well, so that'll make the Saturn look better. And then there's also a power adapter for my NES, because I think my power adapter that I'm using for the NES is not working right. I get weird wavy lines. I get weird wavy lines in certain games on the NES. And I don't have a whole ton of games for the NES, but in Mario 3, I get these wavy lines on the screen, but in like my Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt cart that works fine. So I don't know. It could be capacitors, I suppose, but replacing the power adapter was easier, so I'm trying that. And I'm definitely currently not using the original power adapter, so my money is on that right now. So we'll see about that too. Not that I have a whole lot to play on the NES, but it is very weird. But I've seen other people, like on YouTube, have the same issue. Oh, I did this wrong. So it is a thing that happens. I just don't really understand why it happens. Oh, this is not going great. So those 3 things are in that package with the Saturn ODE, with the Fenrir. Oh, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this problem right here, right now. false. Why am I making that? Why did I make that? I have no time for that. Yeah, okay, whatever. Almost sounds like grounding. You'd think so. That's kind of what I thought at first too. But there's a couple of things weird with that. It doesn't happen on every game. Like I said, it doesn't happen on my Duck Hunt Super Mario Bros. Cart, but it does happen on my Super Mario Bros. 3 cart. Also, it... Here, I can show you. Like, here. I got this stuff right here. Like that. Oh yeah, it definitely shows up on the capture card. Look at that. Like when I say weird wavy lines, I bet you didn't think like mostly vertical wavy lines, right? Like, look. Whoops. Like, you can really see it on the background here, right? So, but, here, I'll take Super Mario Bros. 3 out. Put in my Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt cart. That looks perfectly fine. I haven't played this in forever. So I don't know what's different. Yeah, and you would never know if you just played this game, you know? Oh. Whoop. Oh. Four one is actually the easiest level to like tie world record pace on a single level. Anyways, it's not. I didn't want to play NES right now, but that's just an example of it works. It works sometimes on certain games, but not on other games, which is very strange. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna give up right away, aren't I? Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm doing that on purpose. It was probably a bad idea. Well, I can do that. Well, I've stopped caring. Whoops. Let's clean some of this garbage up off the top here. But yeah, I'm actually excited about the Saturn. I'm excited about the Saturn. I can't make anything. My brain's not working right now to make good moves. 1 second here. Oh, I guess technically it's not Tex Murphy anymore. So we should change the stream title. Ugh. That could have been a block if it wasn't so staggered. There we go. Alright, yeah. I'm probably not going to be streaming that much longer. Thanks for stopping by, Kranos. Yeah. When this came on, I'm just like, oh. Kranos is going to have words. Good night, Kranos. Come on, I just need one more purple one. Just one more purple. Oh no. I'm gonna ruin everything. Oh, and there it is. Give it to me. Oh, I should put that the other way, actually. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. That still works. And I win. I'm kind of thinking, if I had the energy, I'm kind of thinking I kind of want to start maybe earlier with my streams or have a second stream. So when I first started streaming, like every week on Sundays specifically, about a year and a half ago, I did 2 streams in a day. I did an afternoon stream as well, but that became too much. That became a little bit too much. And the evening stream was more of a chill, like, I'm just gonna play Diablo 2 and chill on stream. And then the afternoon stream was, like, I think mostly at the time I was playing Mario. But it would be, like, game I'm trying to progress in, you know? As opposed to, like, what I'm doing now, which is just chilling on stream. Just playing a game and chatting with chat. But I feel like, as much as I like being up late, and I don't have to be anywhere on Mondays, really, I feel like everybody else has to go to work on Monday. So, I don't know. I really, really like the later night streams. It's just kind of my vibe, but I feel like people just chill so much that nothing happens. Like, and I'm not blaming anybody for not chatting or anything, right? But I'm just saying, I'd probably get a bit more engagement, I guess, if the stream wasn't so late. On a Sunday, specifically. So I don't know. Just thinking out loud. I don't even know if anybody's going to be around in chat right now to even respond. And it's fine if you don't want to respond. I'm perfectly cool with that. Lurkers are welcome. For sure. Never have a purple one, will I? Never, ever. Oh, there's a couple of purple ones. So the other thing I'm not really doing is I'm not really promoting this stream on my Twitter or anything. I should be doing that more when I go live and stuff. But I think next week, like if I get if I get the Saturn up and running with the ODE and everything, I think we're probably just gonna do like a general Saturn stream. Like let's kind of dig into the Saturn a little bit and see what we can find. I don't know a whole lot about the Saturn, so it should be interesting. don't know what that was. Well, I've blocked myself every which way here. I'm an idiot. But that's okay. Alright, I think I'm going to call the stream there. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody had a good chill time. I know I sure did, especially at the end there. I was just kind of zoning out. So yeah, next week, like I said, I hope that we're going to get the, I hope I'm going to get the Saturn optical disc emulator, the ODE, and then we can mess around with the Saturn, and I'm really excited for that. But in the meantime, I will bid you adieu, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Wow.